Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to everyone. Thank you for coming, all friends, devotees, visiting guests. Thank you for joining this program. And how many of you came for the first time?
You.
Me, right, exactly. Yeah, I'm first time here, by the way. And I'm very grateful that you invited me. I've been told like only 15 minutes to speak. Even we don't have 15 minutes.
Yeah, we also have a birthday to celebrate.
Oh, so no more speak, no more talk.
You can speak 5-10 minutes.
What should I speak? For 5 minutes. Maybe you ask something or you're interested in to discuss anything. You can ask me. Maybe you can. Yes, ma'am.
So how to develop taste for holy name?
How to develop taste for holy name? How to develop taste? There are many different techniques how to develop taste, but taste actually coming from the heart, from the emotions, not by mechanical chanting. So we have mechanical means like rise up early and what else? Fully concentrated or distinct pronunciation or attention hearing. All these kind of different techniques, but we have to develop taste, and this is coming from the heart, and you have to invite Krishna in the sound of the holy name. Because we're just chanting, what we're chanting is just material alphabet. So we have to invite Krishna in the sound of holy name. And by pleasing him, by our attempt, like there are always two fingers shot. One is our efforts, and other one is the mercy of Krishna. So we have to do endeavor, we have to invite Krishna in the sound of holy name, right? And we know that holy name is not different from Krishna. Binatva nama namino. Nama and nami, they are not different. Krishna, he is a person, holy name is also a person. And holy name is a Chintamani gem, philosophical touchstone. You can fulfill all your desires. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta Binatva Nama Namino. It is living force, and it is non-material, aprakrita Chaitanya Rasa, full of transcendental mellows, sweet, loving mellows. So by chanting holy name, we associating with Krishna directly, right? We come in contact with Krishna. And of course we have to rise up from the modes of nature, rise above. And we have to input some emotions. Our sincerity, our surrender to Krishna, right? Like Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham satatam yuktanam bhajatam prityu provakam. You have to perform your bhajan with love, priti. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. And Krishna said, I'll give you buddhi, intelligence, how to come to me. Yinama upayantite. So surrender, love and devotion, emotions, not lust and commotion. And so finally, hopefully, Krishna will appear in holy name. And then we'll experience taste. Beautiful sweet mellows, which are saturated in the sound. Holy name is full of rasa. Yeah. Yeah. And it is like a next level of chanting. So we have to add some emotions, because bhakti is emotional life. It's not a mechanical yoga system with different postures and breathing exercises. So bhakti is emotions. That's all about emotions. And this is personal relationship with Krishna. So we have to treat holy name as a person. So Krishna is a person, his holy name is also absolute. Yeah. Yes.
You mentioned, like the other yogas, breathing and postures. Can these be helpful?
Yes, it is secondary things. It is absolutely secondary, mechanical.
They can be helpful.
I mean, to some degree, to adjust your mind a little bit, but not so much. How you get taste through this. Also, Prabhupada said always, sit properly, right? So you have to sit properly, but you can lay down and chant. You can chant at any circumstance, because there is no fast and hard rules. You can chant at any circumstance, times and place. So holy name is absolute, therefore yeah, it is secondary. It is just secondary. Mechanical yoga postures, maybe some kind of fasting and rise up early. It is helpful, but there is no real taste. There is no, I mean, it's just external things. So we have to please Krishna, we have to overcome him by our devotion, by our heart, our big heart. This is a bhakti yoga. Pure devotion.
What are the symptoms that we're developing from attraction to the name?
What are the symptoms?
Of that we're developing, we're becoming more favorable to the holy name. What would be some of the symptoms that is showing that we're developing more?
It is natural. Like you eating food, you become, you quench your thirst, you quench your hunger, you become satisfied and nourished. There are three things. Tushti, pushti, kshuta, haya, bhakti, parashana bhava, vikritir. It is saying in Bhagavatam. So it's like an eating process. You become more nourished, you become satisfied, and you get rid of hunger. So in the same way, when you're chanting, you're increasing your bhakti, devotion, you experience spiritual, you're getting spiritual experience. You're perceiving spiritual, your senses are become more receptive to the spiritual reality, and also you create detachment from material sense objects. It's like an eating process. It's natural. You understand. No, I'm okay. I'm feeling good. It's like a shopping. You're going for shopping. You feel good. You get rid of stress. So in the same way, you change and you become more good and good. You know? You become satisfied, right? And your spiritual taste overcome any material taste for mundane things. That's a taste. That's a ruchi. And by get it, we have to overcome our inner material desires, like unwanted things, and that's called clouds of ignorance, and no, it's called dark of ignorance and clouds of anarchas. Anarchas means unwanted desires and all this kind of. Yeah, they're blocking our taste, so we don't have.
Sometimes it seems like after long, I've been chanting for years, and then you get some initial bliss, especially when you come into the congregation of devotees and people who want to chant together. But when it comes down to personal meditation on the name, as part of the sadhana of the practice. Sometimes people say, oh, this chanting Hare Krishna is so simple. They don't want to take it up yet. It's so simple, you know, it's 3 words, Krishna, Rama, Hare. You know, and just repeat that. What's the big deal? Yeah, what's the big deal? You try doing it for a while. You know? Every day. Every day. So, in one sense, it is simple, but it is not easy, necessarily. Yes, there is recognizable indications, you know, that, okay, my attraction for certain things is diminishing, but then there are waves that come back sometimes, and you kind of wonder, is this really working? You know,
process is simple, but application is sometimes is difficult, right? And even the parrot can chant.
Yeah.
Parrot, yeah. There are 3 words.
And I've chanted it like a parrot for a long time. Go through the motions, you know. I like what you said about it's the emotion.
Yeah.
The name of the person. Yes, Krishna is the person. The name of the person.
Yeah, I don't know. My personal experience. So we have to cry. We have to pray for Krishna very sincerely with our heart, and maybe sometimes cry. If we understand our situation in this material world, so we're drawing in this ocean of repeated births and deaths. We're helpless people, we're helpless cases. So we have to cry for Krishna, we have to put our emotions full force. And definitely Krishna reciprocates, because he is a Bhavagrahi Janardana. So he reciprocates with our emotions. So if we put emotion, Krishna reciprocates immediately. And Rupa Goswami, he defined the process of devotional service. He's saying, Anabhilashitas shunyam jnana karma dhyana anukulyena Krishna nushilanam bhaktir uttama. So he gave a definition for pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti. He said, so main principle is how to please Krishna. So how we can understand that we're doing pure Shuddha Bhakti? Because only Shuddha Bhakti can satisfy the soul. And Shuddha Bhakti means, key word is Anukulyena Krishna Anushilana. So we have to please Krishna, and we have this motivation to please Him. This is our intention, our inner motivation. So when we're chanting, when we're doing any types of services, even serving to the devotees, we have to please Krishna. This is our inner desire. So that's what Krishna likes, and He immediately reciprocates. So we will get feedback immediately if we're doing right, in right consciousness. So we have intention to please Krishna, not please my senses or please my neighbors, my family, or my pets, or whoever. So we have to please Krishna. And Krishna is a person. He immediately reciprocates. He gives to us feedback immediately. And He likes to reciprocate on the same level. If we step one step towards Krishna, He steps back like 100 times. Yeah. He is a Kritagya. He is the most grateful person. Right? And therefore, just put your emotions, put your sincerity, try to please Him as much as you can. Because love is about how to please your partner, your object of your love, right? Not myself, but this is real love. This is selfless love, not material love, mundane love, when we try to please our own senses with the help of others. That's called, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, right? This is kind of business deal, it's not a love. Love means I want to please my partner, and my supreme object is Krishna. I want to please Him. And we have to create this mood while we're chanting. Otherwise, we're gonna feel dry and and boring, nothing happening. We're chanting like a parrot's ears and nothing happening. But Maya is so attractive. Why I'm doing here? I spend my precious life for nothing, wasting my time. Let's enjoy it. Let's go to Maya. they're more interesting. Right? Yes, ma'am.
So, I was reading Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, you get mine.
Yeah, I just started reading Bhagavad Gita, and there was one paragraph like explaining about completeness. And like last few months or back, I was feeling like everything is mundane, and that I did not feel any happiness or something, and I was more curious what the completeness that it is referring to, and also I think in the Bhagavad Gita it also mentioned that everything is complete, and we have to understand it completely so that only we can pleasure Krishna. So if you could...
completeness, about completeness. Yeah, it is saying in Shi Isha Upanishad. It is one of the Upanishads, one of the main. Prabhupada translated it for us, and it is saying first mantra, Om Purnamada Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadayam Purnama Vavashishyate. Om Purnam. Purnam means full, complete, whole. So everything included. So I'm full, I'm just satisfied. So this completeness related to three objects: to Krishna, to material nature, and to soul. Soul is also complete and full in itself, but in connection to Krishna. Otherwise, we separated with Krishna. We can't feel our fullness and completeness, because everything we experience in connection with Krishna. So He is the source of everything. He is the reservoir of all pleasure. He is a source of all attractiveness. He is a source of all material and spiritual worlds. Everything in Him. But we are just part and parcel. We are fragmental part, separated part. Mamaya Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So we have to get connection. We have to establish yoga to link up to Krishna. Otherwise there is no completeness, no wholeness. Just miserable life, material life, and bodily conception of life. I am just body, I am Indian, I am American, I am Russian, I am Ukrainian. This is not completeness. This is just struggle for existence. Different designations. So many, it's like huge variety. There is no completeness. But our philosophy is called simultaneous oneness and diversity. So we can feel oneness and at the same time diversity, because we are different on material level, right? We all of us, we are different. Women, men, different nationalities, different types of bodies, colors of skin, or race, or nation, whatever. Right? We are all of us different, and you can see. So none of us same, similar. But we are one on a spiritual level. All of us, we are, have spiritual oneness, right? And this is at the same time oneness in diversity, but sometimes it's inconceivable. That's what our philosophy is called. Achintya bheda bheda tattva. Simultaneous oneness and diversity. This philosophy can explain anything. You can fit in this philosophy everything. You can answer all your questions by this philosophy. So you have to connect, in other words, you have to connect to Krishna and establish yoga. Yoga means connection. Through the bhakti, because there are different approaches, different types of yoga. There is ladder of yoga. It's called ladder of yoga. So you can go through the different steps, staircases. You can step up. First step is karma yoga, then jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, ashtanga yoga. And on the top there is bhakti yoga. So bhakti yoga is the topmost yoga system. Because you reciprocate with Krishna on a love and devotional service. So what can be better? So all other previous yogas, they're just preliminary steps or secondary, which are helping to establish your loving devotional service to Krishna. This is called Bhakti Yoga. This is topmost yoga system. And by doing Bhakti Yoga, you can go like on the elevator very quickly, going up to the higher level of skyscraper, not by using stairs, but just going on the elevator very quickly. Yeah, this is Bhakti Yoga. So connection through the Bhakti. Then you feel wholeness, completeness, and satisfaction. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam. So you become Purna. Purna, you know Purna in Hindi? You become Purna. Right? So we have now cake, Purna, big. So we're gonna celebrate birthday today, birthday party.
Mila's birthday is tomorrow. We are celebrating.
Oh man, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that is wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah, how about
Saint
So-
Varidasi.
So we're going to sing, chant for her.
Mila, look at the cake. That's for you.
It looks very attractive, huh? All the video, listen. Up. Krishna, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Rama to you, Hare Krishna to you, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna to you.
Whoa, look at that!
For her.
Look at the bear for you! Teddy bear!
Teddy bear.
He's being shy. It's okay.
Haribo.
I know.